Alright, hey y'all, welcome back to Poplar Creek Farm. So tonight, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a little, you just drop your phone.
Yep, I got it.
To do a little experiment, kind of, to see what our, how close our goals line up. Obviously we talk about our goals with homesteading and farming a lot, but I thought it'd be fun to each of us write down our 5-year goals. So in a year from now, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, where we want to be, what we want to expand on. So we're just going to see kind of how much they line up. I'm sure mine are going to be much more overzealous and optimistic than his are.
Mine will be more realistic.
His will be more realistic. That's just how it goes. I want to do everything. I want to get it all done first year. Like I want to have it all. And I have zero patience. So, and he's way more like realistic or pessimistic.
The Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer for sure. All right. So you're going to go first with the first one.
All right.
Year one.
So year one, 1 year from now, and I don't know if I did this exactly how she wanted, but 1 year from now, process honey. So I want to be able to gather our own honey for next year. Same with the meat chickens.
Okay. It's kind of this year, but yeah.
Yeah. And really I want to take the next year to learn more about the business and insurances.
That's a good one, actually.
Because in the near future, my hope is to attend more farmers markets and eventually have our products sell at stores, sell to friends and family, but everything comes down to insurance. So we need to learn more about the business end of it and not jump more than we already have over our heads. So that's my year one. Really learn. That's it.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, my year one goals, a little bit different. Although the insurance thing is really good in learning the business stuff because that is huge. But my goal in a year from now, is to be 50% food self-sufficient. So 50% of our food come from our land, at least. Obviously, if we have more, that's great. But so there's certain things we cannot grow here, obviously, or it's not easy to grow, and we're not growing in our first year. So anything that has to do with like wheat products, obviously, or flour in general, whether it be wheat or corn flour or oat flour, or things like sugar. Like we'll never be able to produce sugar here. That's just not realistic. Obviously, well, the honey is a replacer, but it can't 100% replace. So that's 50% food self-sufficiency in 1 year. I would like in 1 year from now to be 100% meat self-sufficient, which I don't think is unrealistic because we can do meat chickens. I should say we're going to try meat chickens. We'll see how successful we are. That'll determine that a lot. But also hunting, he's already gotten a turkey this year. Better get a deer or two this year. So we should be able to have all of our meat or protein in general come from our land. There's no reason we need to go to the grocery store and buy chicken when we can raise it here. And we'll have eggs from our layers, so like protein-wise, we should be good. Not to say that we'll have like a huge, diverse, meat in our freezer or whatnot, because we won't have pigs or anything like that yet. But in 1 year, I'd like to start to bring some income in from the land. So whether it be from bees or just selling plant starts or whatever, just start to bring in some more income from the land. Expand the apiary. So we're setting up 4 hives this year. And every year my goal is to expand a little bit, because basically if you don't split your hives, you're more than likely to gonna have a swarm. So might as well utilize that and expand the apiary. Plant more perennials, because obviously the more perennials we have, the less we have to do planting wise year after year. Now we're planting a lot of perennials this year too, but get some more nut trees, things like that. And then have a fully functional greenhouse. And what I mean by fully functional is to have power out to it so that we can heat it if we need to. So that I can get more of my starts out there than in the basement. Obviously I'll still start things under the grow lights, but get things growing more out in the greenhouse. That's year one.
Year one. Sounds like a lot of projects.
That was not a lot.
No, it's not bad.
All right. Year two. It gets less as I go on.
I'm sure. year 2 for me. So this year, as of now, we were gonna get 30 meat chickens. We are gonna get more now. You guys see the trend. We're getting more now. So probably next year, we'll see how that does. With 52 weeks a year, we go through a good amount of chicken right now as a family.
We eat like a family pack of chicken breasts a week. That's about 6 breasts, so 3 birds. Not going 3 birds a week.
Yep.
Right now.
So next year, I'd like to increase our meat birds. After next year or 2 years from now, I don't want to have to buy any more seeds. So seed savings huge this year.
Good one.
So in 2 years, no more seeds. Obviously, there might be a bad year or something like that where you have to go out and purchase a specific kind of seed, or if she wants to try something new. Nothing crazy, like 5 different kinds of tomatoes. Incubate our own chickens in 2 years.
Ooh, no, that's next year. That's a good one for next year.
This is my list. So incubate our own chickens, and 2 years from now, 100% self-sufficient on fruits, vegetables, and chicken. No more chicken from the stores in 2 years.
That's pretty good. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. 2 years from now, I'd like to be 75% food self-sufficient, which pretty much sounds like that's your goal too. If we can get to 100% meat self-sufficiency and then get to 75% everything else. So fruits and veggies can come from the land, but again, we still can't get certain things.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever be 100%, because I am not going to give up a cheeseburger. Every once in a while, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger, or we're going to order a pizza and chicken wings.
We can make pizza and we can have chicken wings from our chickens.
Yes, I am not giving it up. It's going to be, I would like to get down to where you can be 100% self-sufficient, but we are still going to have those nights where you go out and hang out with the family, go to a restaurant. I feel like that's normal. I'm not going to be on lockdown just because we want to be self-sufficient. I'm going to go out and enjoy it. But for the most part, I do want to have the ability to be 100% self-sufficient.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was still on me. Full-time, so in 2 years, full-time for me, work from home. Work, from the land, being able to make money off the land. We want to be able to go to farmers markets at that point and sell more of our product. We'll sell eggs, we'll sell honey, probably some produce, things like that. And my next one was sell at farmers markets, because that'll probably be in 2 years, a year or two. I mean, we might be able to do some next year. I want to, in 2 years, start to raise pigs. So I don't think we'll do that next year probably, but we'll start in 2 years to raise pigs.
Everybody come back in one next year. Just remember she said that. No pigs.
I said I don't think. I didn't say
No
we
pigs.
definitely won't. Expand the garden. I think we'll probably expand it some next year, but I want to expand it a lot in 2 years, because if I'm home and working from home, there's no reason that we can't have a bigger garden, and I should be able to handle it, because I should. If I'm home, I'm working, on the garden. I'm working on this stuff all day. That's my job. The other thing is I want to start a specific. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to do it here. My parents have land, or hopefully we'll close on their land, which is about 7 minutes up the road, and they've got significantly more flat open land that they can use. But I want to start a market garden. So I want to start a garden that is specifically, I'm growing things for market. Things that are marketable, that are easily, people want to go buy them. Not things that are crazy and weird, but a lot more of not monocrop by any means, but a lot of certain crops. So, a lot of cucumbers, a lot of tomatoes, a lot of peppers, squashes, things that you can sell at market that people will want to buy. They wouldn't be for us so much. It would be a market garden specifically for varieties that you can grow in large quantities. All right, that's 2 years.
All right, year 3. We're getting kind of closer here. I said Kirsten stopped working if all of our debt is paid off. My big
Minus
thing,
the house.
Yeah, minus the house. So my big thing is not jumping. This is another trend. I don't like to jump over our head. So I want all of our debt as much as we can. Obviously, we're gonna have a mortgage. We just built the house. But everything else I want paid off before she stops working. So if all debt besides our mortgage is paid off, year 3, Kirsten stopped working. Attend weekly farmers markets, like she said. Maybe we can attend a weekend one or something next year. But I know I just heard on the radio today, actually, farmers markets are opening back up. But they're held Wednesdays at 4 around here. Obviously, we can't do that right now. So,
Well, and there's a lot of farmers markets. I mean, around here, there's farmers markets in like all the different little towns and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's, each one has farmers market, and they're different days. Most of the farmers markets that are local are during the day and during the week, but there is in Syracuse, there's the regional market that we could do, things like that. We could do bigger markets on the weekends.
yep. So, kids are doing sign language. Push products. So by then we should have a good steady flow of honey, obviously vegetables, fruits, eggs. Year 3, that's when I say pigs are a go. Especially if she's done working. I started to think about it. At first I said we can get pigs before she's done working, but then I also know how much pigs get out and how hard they are to contain. So I thought it's probably best to wait until she's home full time in order to get pigs. And then also year 3, do the first expansion on our barn, because in year 4, that's when I say we get more animals.
All right, so my year 3, I'm always like a year ahead of him for like what I want and where I see us. So in year 3, I want to start raising dairy goats. That for us will be our our butter and our cheese. We'll see how we like the milk. I've never had goat milk. I've had goat milk cheese. And so I'm not worried about that kind of stuff, but we also will use it for making soaps, lotions, lip balms, creams, all those kinds of things. And those will be for like craft fairs, markets. That'll be something we'll sell. And then, so that's what I want to start doing that year as well. And then in year 3, I want to start growing in a hoop house. We might do that one sooner, actually, depending on my parents. So again, we don't have a lot of flat land here that we could put a hoop house on easily. We have one area that could potentially do a hoop house, other than the back, which I'm not allowed to touch. So I won't mess with his back area where he hunts. But the hoop house we'll probably put up on my parents' land, and if they want to do it sooner, we will. But that'll be a pretty big investment, but it also will expand our fresh produce that we can have year round. Obviously in hoop houses you could do lettuces, any cold weather crops you can do well into the fall, and you can start them a lot earlier in the spring. If we heat our hoop house, we can do more crops in the winter, but I'm not really worried about heating it. All right, on to year 4.
Year 4. Again, a year behind. So, sell products in local stores.
Oh, that's good.
I'd like to... Kirsten has an aunt that works at like a nature store.
I don't know if she still works there, but...
Yeah, but stores like nature stores, all natural. And even like Runnings or Tops or somewhere you see all these local honeys and stuff like that. I don't know if it's possible, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have like a Poplar Creek Farm section. So you're gonna have lotions, honey, all kinds of stuff. Obviously, we're not gonna sell fruits and vegetables there. That's more farmer market type stuff. But if we can get honey, lip balm, stuff like that in natural stores or whatever, that'd be pretty cool. And goats. So goats was my 4th year. That was her 3rd year. So 365 days. Almost there.
I think I'll probably win out some of these things.
I think you all know who's going to win out some of these things.
Yeah. Okay, is that your fourth year? That's it?
That's it.
Okay, I only had one thing that I added for fourth year just because I was struggling to I had it all in the beginning. So I was struggling to come up with stuff at the end. But in my fourth year, I'd like to, depending on how well I do with my beekeeping, but I'd like to expand my beekeeping to, what? To have, people can call me for catching swarms, things like that. Be of service to people with helping new beekeepers, helping set up hives, maybe selling nukes at that point. He's laughing at me. I know he is. Yeah. He thinks I'm crazy. This is fun. Okay, year 5.
Year 5, we're a year off again. I said attend and participate in larger scale programs and events. So Kirsten and I went to Mother Earth Fair last year in Pennsylvania, and mainly for her, I've always liked the idea of self-sufficiency, growing your own food. I always said I'd love to be able to eat only what I've grown and hunted or killed or fished. So when we went there, I even learned a lot of things caught my attention, I guess, caught my interest. And I thought it'd be kind of cool. There's one there that showed you how to tan and use deer hide and stuff like that. So my year 5 was to attend and participate in larger scale programs. So Kirsten could have a booth at the Mother Earth Fair or other fairs like that, and teach people about beekeeping, teach people about how to do worm tea, vermicompost. So yeah, like she said, teach other people and grow our business, I guess. That was about all I had. Just attend and participate in larger scale.
Okay. In 5 years for me, I'd like to be 90% food self-sufficient. So everything that we can grow and raise on our own property, we will.
Except my cheeseburger.
Except your cheeseburger. Things that we can't, that are just not feasible for us, then we won't. We're never going to have coffee here. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going without coffee. We can't even grow green tea or black tea here, which is the same plant. You can't grow that here. It's all right, so I don't know exactly where we were because someone had to go to the bathroom. So 90% food self-sufficiency. Like I said, there's certain things we can't grow here, but anything that we can grow, raise, hunt, forage, whatnot, we'll do from our land. We'll only purchase things that we cannot harvest from our own property, or my parents' property, or my grandma's property, or any of those. I said year 5, I want all major debts paid off minus our loan or our mortgage. And when I say year 5, I mean because currently I have a company vehicle, and so we'll have to get a new vehicle in the next few years when I stop working. And so that's something we're not going to pay off immediately. So have all of our major debts all paid off. Now we have certain things that are working towards us with that is once we get our solar panels paid off, they're going to just pay us back. We're around 80% offset. We don't know exactly what our offset will be until we have a year of it on. But should be around 80% offset. So we're only paying 20% of our energy bill, which is pretty awesome. So that's a huge decrease, cost right there. And see if we can just get everything else paid off, big debt wise. And then year 5, I'd like to actually start potentially, depending on insurances and whatnot, start selling some meat animals, raising more for market, so that we can have all of our, have a good income coming from the land. But we'll see. That scares me a little bit more just because of the insurances that have to go into that. But we'll see. So those are our 5-year goals. Not too far off.
No,
I'm just more optimistic.
I like to ease into things.
I like to jump in head first
Yeah.
and then
Crap.
drown myself in it, like go a little too crazy. But I just don't have patience. That's really what it comes down to. Is just I'm not a patient person. When I want to do something, I want to do it now. I don't want to wait. And so it's hard sometimes. But those are our 5-year goals. I'd love for you guys to comment what your 5-year goals are, or what your goal is for a year from now.
Go slow. It's our
Jump,
first year.
jump in.
And we're already in, I think, over our head. But
Just a little.
we're getting there.
We'll be okay. We'll make it work. We've got family support too, which helps. I know my parents have already said, my mom said she'll come and we can do a canning day where we help each other can all of our stuff. And that's huge because that stuff takes a long time. But those are our goals. So please like and subscribe and join us on the next one.
Say bye, Callie.
Bye.